Hey, what's going on, everybody? Welcome back to the Garage Golf Simulator here. This is Turbo Talon Golf. It is Saturday, the 24th of January, 2026. If you can already believe January's almost over. It seems like it was just Christmas. Let me get the chat box set up. Today we're going to be bringing you the top 100 courses league, and that is at Bandon Dunes. And that's a league on the Simulator Golf Tour. We're going to be using the simulator software is SIGPRO, Golf Simulator, Golf Simulation Pro. I'm not sure which one it is. And we're using the public beta 3.49.4. They released this a week or two ago. It got a lot of heat for how shitty everything looked and how much they had paid attention to changing the fonts instead of working on actual problems the software has. So there was a lot of backlash. Not sure what else is pertinent. Let's get this chat box set up. I know it wasn't great yesterday. We'll be touch and go here. How about that? And we do have some shitty TikToks as per the usual here in the simulator. Let's go top 100 courses at Bandon Dunes. Let's check out our settings. 6,500 yards. Saturday pins, 5-foot gimmies, normal for fairway and green firmness. 11 stimp, calm wind, and realism is force realistic. And guys, per the usual, we're going to be using a full set of Ping i2 woods and irons, and that goes from 1 iron to sand wedge. I am using a Callaway Jaws Raw 58 degree, and then we got the Ping i2 1, 3, and 5 woods here. So I'm obviously running more than the allotted number of clubs, but it doesn't matter. We're not playing for money. And also you'll see a little box here that says bad language imminent. Depends on the mood I'm in. We may get a lot of F-bombs and some really bad language. We may not. But let's knock out the first round of golf I plan on playing today. It might be the only one. I've got 2 rounds of golf to edit in DaVinci, whatever the DaVinci video editing software is, which is kind of cumbersome. You got to add shot tracers in Shot Tracer Pro. Render this, render that. Decide how much potty language I want in the video based on the friend group I'm playing with. And it can be quite fun. If you guys aren't familiar with Bandon Dunes, it's up in Oregon, USA. Gigantic, very forgiving fairways. I would love to play here someday, considering I'm like 2 states away. I should have already done it. But here we go. Let's hit a tee shot with the Ping 1 wood, Ping i2 1 wood. We should hit it somewhere in that region there. Warm-up did not go so well. I was hitting the 1 wood pretty well yesterday, but I don't know. I appear to have lost my mind again. Forgot how to golf overnight. You know how it is. All right. Just topped the shit out of the ball. Wonderful start to this round. We're in deep rough. We're just going to hit the same club again because these Ping i2s are pretty easy to hit off the deck. The woods are. Oh, Jesus. That was a much better strike. When you can't get off the tee, you're probably looking at a bogey, maybe a double, because that was pretty bad. All right, let's see here. What do we got to the pin? 220 something uphill. I haven't played Bandon in so long. What's up, Crushing It? How are you? You're our first contestant in the chat. Now I can align my chat. So thank you. You're a gentleman and a scholar. There we go. Now we can see some chat business. Crushing It says he's playing in Bandon next April. Sweet. Sweet. I hope you guys have a wonderful time. Okay, looks like the chat box is sort of kind of aligned. I messed everything up when I was playing that scramble with back patio golf. Hopefully we're good to go. Let's get a little bit more zoom in here. Zoom in. And now the chat box sucks again. Imagine that. Good old garage simulator golf. All right, that's good enough for government work. Let's get up on this green here. What's my 223 club into a headwind? Gosh, that's almost... we might be able to get up close to it with a 1-iron. But the question is, do we hit a 1-iron or do we hit a wood? I'm wanting to hit the 1-iron because I think it's fun to hit. It doesn't always produce the desired result, but what club does? Hey, back patio, how are you? Crushing It says, are you guys playing this weekend in real life, or is the storm getting to you guys too? I thought something was rolling in when I was on the golf course with my buddies yesterday, but it didn't, nothing happened. And there's nothing in the forecast. So we have 18 holes tomorrow at Schneider's Bluff, which is outside. But we'll see what happens. We need to get some snowpack up in the Rockies or we're going to be in trouble. We're going to have another drought. All right, guys, this 1-iron is pretty hard to hit, this Ping I2. If you didn't know yet, I'm playing old irons from the 90s and having a pretty good time doing it at that. But let's see if we can get up near the green. Good strike, but I forgot to account for the fact that I sliced like a son of a bitch in the simulator. We should be okay. I just got something in my eye. There's all kinds of shit floating around in here. I'm in my garage. Back patio golfers at work at 2 p.m. your time on a Saturday. I'm sorry to hear that, but we got to work to have the cool shit we want, right? Guys, this is turning into a classic turboed Talon double bogey hole. Just enjoy the show. I don't know what else to say. Enjoy the show. We're not here for the good golf. We're here for the conversation and the shitty TikToks. The good golf will come probably in the next season or two. We do have the handicap down quite a bit. It's down to 15 now, which is pretty sweet. The hard work's paying off. That ain't gonna get up there, but I think we doubled out. You just got to get off the tee, or you're gonna be hurting. Yeah. Back patio golf says it takes money to play. You're correct. All right, so we're playing a 205-yard hole. I did figure out how to get the leaderboard to pop up here. It was some setting I had screwed up. So we got to decide if we want to hit an iron or a wood here. I haven't been playing golf long enough to know what does what, but I do know that woods, for me, tend to be easier to hit. Irons require a lot more club speed, et cetera, so forth and so on. And we are playing a Ping I2 wood here. Lovely little piece of equipment. And it's probably going to slice over to the right, but maybe I should account for that a little bit. That may be the number. Got a couple of putts forthcoming though, and these greens seem a little slippery. Yeah, yesterday's round was pretty good. The round outside was okay. The round in here was obviously a lot better because the sim's a lot easier than outside. Even with my horrendous slice in here. 50 something feet. If I was a betting man, I'd say that's barely in the circle, but maybe not. It's probably going to be a par kind of day, guys. This shitty casting software wants $15 a year from me. To which I said, I will continue to use your shitty trial version and get these annoying pop-ups instead, because I'm not paying you 15 bucks a year to cast. I'm sure it took 5 minutes to write this program. I'm not paying you 15 bucks a year to use it. All they're trying to do is get that income leaking in like fucking GS Pro. They want that income leaking in every year. I'm not down with it. You produce a superior piece of software, we'll talk about it, but that ain't what this is. All right, we got this blonde gal with way too much mascara crammed in her shitty eyebrows, and her name is the Ellie Barker. Not Ellie Barker, fucking the Ellie Barker. I'm not Shelby Iverson, guys. I am the Shelby Iverson. I'll bet you there's another Ellie Barker on the planet. What's that Ellie Barker called? Is that Ellie Barker 2.0? Okay, so this gal's chapping on men, and also I went through and got rid of the TikToks that didn't make any sense, because when I screen capture them, they make sense, and then later on, sometimes they don't. But this gal's sitting in a car, because I guess that's where we do TikToks, and she's saying not to be dramatic, and then she's about to say something completely dramatic, but we need to do a study on how men will have the baddest woman and still think grass is greener on the other side. You literally balding, sir. You're lucky to have even got her. So there's a lot to unpack here, guys. She's trying to not be dramatic, and then she's saying something very dramatic, very polarized. There's probably zero data to back it up. They need to do a study on how men will have the baddest woman and still think the grass is greener on the other side. So if this man has the quote-unquote baddest woman and still thinks the grass is green on the other side, I'm thinking this is maybe not entirely the man's fault. It may be something to do with this woman, and maybe she is not indeed the baddest. This probably doesn't deserve a study. And then she threw something in there about you literally balding, sir. You're lucky to have even got her. I know plenty of bald dudes who have landed super hot chicks. I'm one of them. My wife's pretty hot. You got Jason Statham, you got Vin Diesel. They probably have their pick of women, I would assume. So I don't know what that has to do with anything. Ellie's clearly fucking stupid and should probably go back to school. But there you go, guys. That TikTok was okay. Ellie's a bit of a piece of shit, but she's doing the best she can, riding around in probably an Audi or a BMW or something by the looks of it. Yak Back Patio, I'm playing the beta. They fixed some stuff. Hitting the Ping i2 one wood again. I was crushing driver yesterday, but we're not doing that today. Let's just have fun, play some golf. We're probably going to land about right there. This is a 485-yard par 5, and then I am further putting myself at a disadvantage by using these older clubs. A one wood from 1990 is equivalent to like a burner mini driver, I'd say. I think I can hit my mini driver farther than that though. Farther. Okay, 250, we will take it. That was a pretty good strike. 240 to the pin, so I think we're still looking at maybe driver off the deck based on what I got in my bag. The older tech certainly does not hit as far. So what we're gonna do is hit driver off the deck. We got some bunkers up there that we can reasonably expect to be in, but other than that, if I can get a clean strike, we should be fine. How's that sound, everybody? How does that sound to the Ellie Barker? You're bald. You shouldn't be able to pull a hot woman. Oh, okay. Whatever you say. Oh, wow, guys. How much spin did that have? 2200 side spin. So that was clearly a misread from the launch monitor. That shot that you're looking at right there probably wouldn't have produced 2200 side spin. But here we are in the deep. Let's see if we can get on the green. It's telling me to use a sand wedge out of the deep, and I got to go 75 yards to the pin. I think I can get down with that. A well-struck sand wedge. Back Patio Golfer says, do you like the beta? I downloaded it, you know, before we were doing our match. I had to take it out. I couldn't get the thing to load up. It's working for me. I can't say if it's going to work for you or not, but I haven't heard a lot of people saying that it doesn't work. I've heard a lot of people saying that it's the update's garbage, which I can kind of confirm that it is. They concentrated a lot on aesthetics and not physics, but it works for me, sir. We hit a tree. All right, guys, this par 5 was looking really good. Then we had the misread / mishit on the launch monitor, and then I just hit a tree. So we are probably looking at a bogey here instead of a par or a birdie, which is just fine. There is no winning against GS Pro. And I think, maybe, nope, nothing. We do got a pretty big mark right here That's pretty crazy. These golf balls are producing more spin than normal. There's some different burn marks I haven't seen lately. Anyway, guys, we're on our 5th shot on a par 5, and it's going to take at least 2 more putts to get to the pin. Let's get on out of here. Oh, wow. That was a miracle shot. I'm glad we got it on video. That will probably not happen again. Oh, Back Patio Golfer says they need to fix the fucking cups. Yeah, dude, don't get me started on that. This guy's pretty tired of it. All right, these TP5X Pix balls are getting a little worn out, and they're starting to burn my impact screen. So I'm going to throw them in the bag. We'll game them tomorrow at the golf course, and I'm going to switch back to these whatever TRIFLIs. They're pretty durable balls. I don't have a lot of good stuff to say about them, but they're very durable. What Back Patio Golfer's talking about, if you're not familiar with GS Pro, the cups on the greens are perfect cylinders. So what happens if you don't, like if you roll the ball over the edge of the cup on the outside golf course, that ball will usually fall, but it won't in GS Pro, because it's basically like a CAD program. The cup's a perfect cylinder with perfect edges. It gets kind of lame sometimes. I'm not sure what just happened there. It was 37 yards offline to the right. Okay, we've had a couple of weird shots here, guys. I'm gonna calibrate the launch monitor real quick. You can watch, it'll be fun. What I do is I pull my insert out. I don't know how much of this you can see. And then the ProTee VX has this alignment board. It's checkered. And at the top of it says, point me toward the screen. So that's what we do. We point it toward the screen. And then we'll go into the calibration software. We've just had a couple of weird hits. So I'm going to go ahead and knock out this cal. It's device, calibration, calibrate world, and then you want to make this about as big as your hitting area is, about like that. Okay, and then you hit apply, and we might have disconnected from GSPro, but that's typically not a problem. We'll go over here and find the connector. Connector says we're clean and green. I've just seen a couple of weird shots, and I was dicking with the calibration yesterday, so maybe I messed something up. It doesn't mean we're going to start shooting under par or anything, but we put our hitting insert back in. All right. Do we get a ball? Not ready, ready? Yep. All right, we're good to go. Apologies for the delay. Let's scoot here. So we got 144 going down. We got 140 into the pin, but we're hitting out a deep rough. So you need to hit 60 extra yards. We need to basically hit a 200-yard club out of here. And let's just try to get it on the grain. What's our favorite 200-yard club? How about a 3-iron? Because you would hit a 3-iron at a deep rough normally, right? Ping I2 3-iron. Got her all polished up. For back patio golfer, I have been bitching about the cups in GSPro for a year and a half now. You're not alone. We probably ought to start a GSPro support group. Because GSPro is kind of like hard drugs. You pay to have them abuse you. We pay 250 bucks a year to use GSPro, and then another 120 or whatever to use SGT. And essentially what we do is we pay to be abused. All right, 3-iron out of the rough, because that's a shot you would absolutely make in real life, right? Oh, stop. Stop. You fucker. That is just... I get it, a 3-iron rolls out. It's a low-lofted club. But now I got to make some miracle shot. Hey, what's up, Bad Lies? Guys, Bad Lies Only's in the chat. It's really easy to fix the cups, make the area around the cup lower so it goes in, lol. I was thinking maybe they could put a slight bevel around it, because it's basically a CAD program. Just put a slight bevel around it. Nothing weird, nothing like Hot Shots Golf or anything. All right, guys, we are shooting ourselves in the foot here with a small caliber weapon. Every shot we take is sending us further into the lion's den. but we're not here for the golf. We're here for the shitty TikToks. 20 footer. She's leaking hard, but she should stop in the circle. Those putts are hard to get to stop, guys. There's you another bogey. We're up to 3 over after 4 holes, so we're doing pretty bad. Let's look at this hole. Let's finish this hole out, and then we'll look at another shitty TikTok. Yeah, bad lies. It's pretty frustrating. The slicing in here is really bad, but outside I'll hit a leaker every now and again. It's pretty frustrating, sir. But it's something I'm doing, so it's something I need to figure out. It's a demon I need to chase down on my own, right? As long as the outside golf's going well, it doesn't matter. Yeah, just everything wants to leak to the right. It makes for a difficult round of golf. That was the Ping I2 one wood. And you can see we still got a country mile to go here. What's our 200 club into the wind here? What is this, a par 4? So we got to get up there. We got to get up there. Let's hit a 3 wood. And it's going to slice, just know that. We'll try to keep the club face closed. You can wish in one hand and shit in the other and see which one fills up quicker. You can see that that ball should have gone left and it's hanging right. You really can't complain about that shot in real life. I guess unless you're a very, very low handicap in real life, I guess you could complain about that shot. Dude, I'm really belting out the zingers today, guys. We're breaking mostly to the left, so we'll aim up here and let the ball kind of wander back toward the pin. We got to hit this like 80 feet. I'd be surprised if this is anywhere near the pin at all. Yeah. Bad lies. I'm the guy that my friends are mad at because I hit the ball so far off the tee. Not bragging, I'm just saying it's a fact. You can see it in my videos. But in here for some reason I just can't do it. Let's hit a 4-iron. It's pretty hard to be mad at that shot. Got to get it up though. Birdie. A 55-foot birdie putt. LOL. Pretty hard to be mad at that. It's too bad the round started off so shitty. It's going pretty well now. If you guys aren't familiar with Bandon Dunes, Oregon, United States of America, very large accepting fairways. It's really, I've never played there, but I know from this simulation software that it's got very large and forgiving fairways. My pants keep wanting to come off. What do I got in my pockets? Golf balls. I'm keeping them warm in my pockets. That was probably lost a ton of distance because of the slice. And that is coming from the launch monitor. It said we developed 1,570 RPM of spin. It's obviously not really going on, but not outside. Let's see, 155. Let's hit a 7-iron here. It's calling for a 6-iron. I'm going to hit a 7-iron. Luckily, we don't slice our irons, so that's kind of nice. And I was going to do a TikTok, but I forgot. And then I slice my iron. All right. I think we should have more grass here than we do, but I don't have an option to turn on or off 3D grass. You guys, it's best to stay on the fairway and on the green. I think that needs it doesn't need to be repeated. But at Bandon, you're going to find yourself in some weird situations like this one if you don't. And then you will be racking up bogeys like it was your fucking job. This is pretty leaky. I didn't remember the greens being so leaky here. So it's probably been a year since I played Bandon on the simulator. 22 feet here. Yeah, we're getting some bad burn marks here. You guys, when your balls start to get worn out in the sim, you got to retire them. Got some really bad burn marks. But this impact screen's probably had around 70 or 80,000 balls hit into it, so I'd say it's doing pretty well considering all things. We got Too Old to Run 16. Welcome to the chat. They say I2 iron's almost as old as I am. Yep, they're pretty old. I got thousands of dollars of golf clubs lining the walls of my simulator here, and I found these on eBay, polished them up, and here we are, hitting big old nasty slices in the sim. Welcome. I hope you have a good time. I actually owe you guys a shitty TikTok, so let's pause here and take a look at what we got in the chamber. We just had a shitty TikTok from the Ellie Barker. Let's see what this piece of trash has got for us here. What do we got? What do we got? So this is official officer army. Whatever that means. So this gal's pretty full of herself here. She says, surprise your boyfriend with a new boyfriend on Valentine's Day. She's clearly not into having one man around. So I guess if you guys be careful what you do, because on Valentine's Day, your girlfriend or your wife might surprise you with a new boyfriend on Valentine's Day. Doesn't make a lick of sense to your boy here. But there's your shitty TikTok. We will hopefully have a better one than that here next time. That one's getting deleted. I don't know why you would say something like that on social media, but her caption does say, "I'm just kidding, calm down." You guys remember that one time where you could say whatever the fuck you wanted and then say "just kidding" or "with all due respect" and it didn't count? Like on Talladega Nights. That one's leaking. I wouldn't say it was a terrible slice, but I don't think it's going to end up anywhere worth a shit. Hopefully that's not deep rough. It's just regular rough. I think it's 7% or 10% penalty. 116. Is that our 116 club? And we're awfully close to the edge of the green too. I wish GS Pro learned like the Garmin app does. It learned your tendencies. Like my Garmin app asks me what club I hit after every shot on the golf course. And then it starts to learn how far I hit clubs. GS Pro, you just do the bag mapping and it's done. It no longer wants to have anything to do with your club distances. I wish it did a better job. Just a horrendous little shot there. Looks like we hit the side of a little bump though, which is pretty sweet. And we're gonna have like a 50-foot putt here. No, it's downhill, so it's gonna feel a lot shorter, more like 30-something. See you later, back patio. We'll have to get together and play another round here in the sim. Too Old to Run says they still love their old Tommy Armour irons. Yeah, we were talking about them yesterday. I only own like a couple of singles here, but apparently they were really good clubs. If I was a betting man, I'd say we're putting again. Guys, I don't remember having this much trouble with Bandon dunes, but I learn something a little new about golf every day. 9-footer. Saved par there, barely. That ball did not want to go in the cup. All right, what the hell we got going on here? These holes all look the same. I hate to sound like a dick. This is a very famous course, but these holes kind of all look the same. I feel like a shithead saying it. It's like going over to wherever the Mona Lisa is and saying, "Oh, this is kind of shitty. I didn't realize it was such a small painting." All right, see, that was a very crisply struck ball. You can see that no matter what I do, we got a little leaky little slice going, which is going to rob us of valuable distance. You can see we're only hitting about 230. We got a long ways to go. Let's hit driver off the deck, which you can do with these older clubs a little bit easier, but with newer clubs I would just use a 3-wood because it's going to hit just about as far. Yeah, I can see all kinds of new burn marks here. We got one there, one there, one there. I used those TP5X as well after their expiration date. Like a dumb son of a bitch. All right, we got 50 yards in. We could potentially be in in the cup, but I doubt it. Maybe we can just get on the grain. That would be really nice. Nope. Sky high. Get up there. Okay, let's see if we can get out of here with a par. The MAXFLI, TRIFLI balls act a lot different off the face of the club than the TP5X picks do. Obviously, they're a very different price range of golf ball. 38 feet. And we're hitting pretty short. Need to give it a little more juice here. Maybe we can get in the cup for par. Ball did not want to go in the cup. It wanted to pop out. 10th hole, 340 yards. Guys, if we weren't playing such wide fairways, I would be in a worse trouble than I'm already in. We know we're probably going to slice or at least leak. We'll hit her right there. Okay, that one's just leaky, fortunately. More of a fade, less of a slice. 112 to the pin. Not bad. We got to do a little chippy chip action here. Ball's going to want to run to the right, or excuse me, the left. These greens are a little quick for 11 stimp. And I've been mentioning that a lot, so that might be something that changed in the update to GS Pro. Because the greens feel a little quicker. 5-footer. I wish we could get rid of some of these pesky bogeys here. Let's look at a TikTok. All right, this girl's got a very stupid look on her face. Let's see what she's saying. Her name's Tiffany. Hello, Tiffany. Welcome to the simulator. I'm sure you're going to make us all dumber than we were 5 minutes ago. Tiffany. Guys, I hate when these young girls do this shit. Read this. Tiffany says, when I accidentally throw up on it is it's a wiener, but I have to swallow and keep going because mama didn't raise no quitter. Tiffany, do not put shit like this on the internet. Someday one of your kids will find this, or your dad might see it, and he'll see that you're talking about throwing up on a wiener and swallowing because you got to keep going because mama didn't raise no quitter. I hope your mama sees this. Tiffany, don't put shit like this on the internet, you moron. God damn. Oh. Holy shit. You're so dumb, Tiffany. Oh my God. Why would you put something like that on the internet for everybody to see? It's probably clickbait. Probably not rage bait. What's it called? What, a thirst trap? These guys are like, oh, Tiffany Tiffany's on her TikTok talking about sucking a mean weenie. I don't know why you would ever do that. Why would you ever do that? Jesus. That is gone, guys. That is who knows where. Is that off the toe? Yeah. Can't hit a golf ball today, but we're still having a pretty good round. We're in the deep rough. We're going to hit driver again. GS Pro's got us aimed into some sand. I don't know why it does that. We just want to get on the fairway here, right? And we're going to take a massive penalty out of the rough. Yeah. Let's drive her off the deck. I mean, I wouldn't say that was like the best strike on the planet, but that seems a little, that was a little off, I think. Let's do it again. Okay, we got out that time. It's going to roll into that shitty grass over here, maybe. Yeah, so we're hitting out of the deep rough. Well, it's normal rough again. 107 yards. I'd say we need to add something to that. This is ranking up there with most boring live stream ever, though. I think we can all agree on that. All right, that was about a club too much. We're 16 yards past the hole, so we could have hit a different club and we would have been fine. You can see this is going to be a nightmare of a putt. 40-footer, let's call it. Not quite, a little longer than that. And I think we're putting again. Nope, we stayed in. Double. Negative 2.5 degrees of HLA. What do we got here? 192, playing 180 something with a tailwind. And we don't quite want to hit that far. Let's hit a 5-iron. It's telling me to hit a 3. The little Caddie down here is saying to hit a 3, but I really don't want to. Oh, it's leaking to the right, just like every goddamn thing else. We actually did need to hit more club than we hit. And now we're looking at probably a bogey here unless I can get something pretty tight to the pin, which typically doesn't happen. It's crazy how famous this course is, but how poorly the rough's rendered. Let's see who did this. Oh, so GS Pro doesn't show who created the course anymore? Oh, boo. GS Pro used to show right here who created the course. Boo. God, I swear you fuck one thing up and you fuck 6 things up and fix none. That's gone. I don't know what, did we slap it? Yeah, it was a shank. So we get to do this again. What are we doing? That's what it was supposed to look like, but we're probably going to roll to the other side of the green now. All right, so instead of a bogey, we're probably looking at more double, triple. It's going to be a triple because I got to make this. No, it'll be a double. 38 feet. Okay, there's another one for you. We're +8 now at Bandon Dunes, which is absolutely unacceptable. The ball striking is not very good today. She's not very good today. All right, so let's just have some fun here. The round's at 8 over. We're about shot. Let's just have some fun now. Looks like Alpine's in the chat. Sorry I missed your shit. What you mean fixed? I think I get what you're saying. He's saying, what do you mean they didn't fix anything? The rounded distance box was bad. The square one is a game changer. He's talking about this. I think Alpine's talking shit. Yeah, I wouldn't say they're a bunch of clowns, but they're addressing issues that don't need addressing. All right, driver off the deck. Let's just see where it goes. Finish out the round. The score is already shot, so let's rock and roll. And everything's slicing. Go, go, go. All right, what hole? What are we going to need now? 93. Pitching launch. Oh, Alpine says the R50, Garmin R50 launch monitor did a big update and broke the putting. Too old to run says the golf course is in the middle of nowhere. Yeah, if you find it on Google Maps, it's in Oregon. It's in Bandon, Oregon, I believe. I think it is kind of in the middle of nowhere, but there's a bunch of courses around it too. You guys are not going to make any miracle putts on this course. It's got too much undulation. Just aim somewhere near the pin and get it there. We need to hit like 27 feet. We're going to be putting again and maybe again and maybe again. Greens are pretty, they feel pretty like 12 stimp greens almost. So let's just get it up in the circle here. Maybe in the hole. Nope. That might be another double. Just a regular bogey. Hopefully Garmin fixed that issue and doesn't just let it linger. Because that sucks. Number 14 is a 330-yard par 4. Would normally be an easy birdie, but we're not hitting very well today. Would normally be an easy birdie. Don't go in that shit. Stop. Guys, if I was playing here and I was just barely in that long stuff, I wouldn't hit out of it. Because it's like, I doubt a round of golf is very cheap here, so you would not catch me hitting out of that shit. That's short. That's going to be in that rough, I'll bet. Yeah, stop. This is so boring. I should make up a song. God damn, this is boring. It's 2 o'clock. It's 20 till. So boring. Somebody say something in the fucking chat. Hey, what time was the original tea time? I also just saw your text. You do realize I have a cell phone, right? What was the original tea time? Putting. We're putting. We're playing the most boring round of golf ever. We're putting. Get in the hole. Dude, I don't want to tee off at 10:40. That'll like ruin my whole day. Uh, 192 to the pin into a slight headwind. What are we thinking here? 3 iron? Good idea. 10:40 tee time. That means I won't get home till like 3. Dude, that sounds terrible. I don't like it. Of course it's going to the right. Why wouldn't it? Oh, dude, I don't really drink anymore. I'm too old. But it did used to make everything more fun. So, guys, Eva Ray is my one of my golf partners. So, our original tee time was 10:20. Our original so they only moved the tee time up 20 minutes, but they won't let us putt. Dude, are you sure you want to go? That sounds terrible. We'll get up there. Yeah, I guess I should be grateful. But if we're teeing off at 10:40 and they won't let us putt, I don't know if I want to go. What the fuck is the point? 240. What do we got here? 16th hole. So, what? Erwin says, bro. What, bro? Dude, I'm a huge baby. I don't want to not be able to putt. But we can't not putting? Nah, dude, I'm not interested. I'll play in here. Unless we can get a tee time somewhere else. We're in deep rough. We need to hit 125. 125. Dude, as usual, I can't understand a fucking thing you're saying, so. We can putt. Okay, so we're in the deep rough again. Guys, I thought Bandon was easy, but I'm having a hell of a time here. We're 9 over par. So we can putt and the tee time's 10:40. Well, maybe, dude, you could always look at what you've got in the chat bar before you hit enter. That is an option. It's the year 2026. 25 feet, let's call it. I got to go do chores after this. Chores, I tell you. Okay. Yeah, dude, I'll think about it. I don't want to make a hasty decision, but I don't know if I want to play tomorrow. I'll let you know, dude. I will let you know, sucker. Bandon's not a tough course. Cranefield's not on this simulator. And I have to play this because it's a league event. I didn't choose the course. What other smart-ass shit you got for me? Motherfucker. 172. What's my 172 club? See ya. Maybe you will, maybe you won't. I don't know, dude. I'll let you know. 175. Holy fucking slice mobile, Batman. We're on the green. I owe you guys a TikTok. I didn't remember these greens being so not flat. Let's see here. 68 feet. Jeez. That was quite a roller coaster ride of emotion there. Let's check out a shitty TikTok. Wah, 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 wah. What do we got? What do we got? What do we got? Today's very boring, guys. I'm very bored. This person is so mad. Everyone does not have a narcissist X. Literally, only 1% of the population is a narcissist, so most of you just can't handle other people having different points of view than you. So calling someone a narcissist lets you be blame-free in your delusion. I don't hate the message that Lucky Not Good 42 is trying to get across here. This might be one of the most intelligent TikToks I've read in a while. But in essence, what they're saying is that everybody, instead of taking accountability for how they deal with other people, would just rather call them narcissists instead. I don't disagree with you. This girl looks fun. Dumb beanie, nose ring. I'm sure she has something very important to tell us on old fucking TikTok. All right, guys, 18th hole. We'll finish this out. We're having a pretty bad round, especially for how big the fairways are here at Bandon. 250. And then once we're done, we'll look at one more shitty TikTok with old beanie nose ring gal there. And then we'll close her out because I got some chores I got to do. That is a piss missile if I ever saw one, but it shouldn't be bad. Looks like we're headed back up toward the clubhouse. I don't know where that ball went. I have no idea. 207 whopping yards, guys. Let's hit a driver off the deck. There's a new ball. Look, I had one just chilling in my pocket. How nice is that? It even slices when I hit it directly off the ground. Not bad. 100 yards in, 100, 100, 104. Let's just get it on the grain. Gyotage, get it on the green. Or get it in the rough, whatever makes you happy. We're in the rough. I honestly didn't remember Bandon being this difficult. No joke, no cap. I didn't remember it being this difficult. So we're on a par 4 and 3, or is it a par 5? Oh, it's a par 5! Fucking lucky us. 7-footer. Oh, thanks, GS Pro. All right, we took a bogey. I don't think anybody's surprised. This is a terrible fucking round, especially for only playing 6,500 yard tees. Guys, I've been playing 6,500 yard tees outside, not having problems like this at all, but I am at 4,300 feet above sea level. Let's see what this gal's got for us. What's her name? Harley Disney. Haley Disney. God, what could you possibly have to say here? Oh my God, this girl is a walking cliche. So Haley says, somebody's telling her your future wife won't be found at the bar. And then she says, you're right, I'm behind at making more in 4 shifts than THEN most people do in a 2-week paycheck. But let's keep saying bartenders are a red flag. She's kind of contradicting herself here. She's saying she's behind the bar. I think when people say your future wife won't be found at the bar, they mean at the bar consuming alcohol, dancing. That's what they mean. And she says that, but then she says, let's keep saying bartenders are a red flag. I feel like we're dumber. This gal's got fucking green hair, and she's wearing a stupid beanie, and she's got her nose pierced, just like every other female on the planet does right now. I feel like I'm dumber than I was 5 minutes ago. But, yeah, guys, I wouldn't say to find a mate at the bar, but I'm nobody to judge. All right, guys, let's wrap up this most boring fucking round of golf ever at Bandon Dunes, Oregon for the 100 best courses league. Let's check out stats. They were absolute nonsense. The 5 bogeys and 3 doubles, that did us in. That's what, 1, 2, 6, that's 11 strokes. We had no birdies and no eagles. Typically, you're not going to get an eagle anyway, but at least a birdie on a par 5 would be nice. We did hit some fairways. We did hit some greens. Nothing to write home about. Guys, this is a throwaway round of golf. If you made it all the way through this live stream, I commend you, but also I'm really sorry. This was a shitty, boring live stream. So hopefully you guys had something else to do and you were playing some music in the background or doing some chores or something, because I am thinking about deleting this from my YouTube lineup. Honestly, it was so stupid. I don't have anything else for you. I may see you for another live stream, but I do have some chores to take care of and some on-course video to edit. So this has been a Turbo Talon Golf production. And we will see you in the next live stream, maybe today, maybe tomorrow. But I ain't got anything else for you. If you made it this far, congratulations. You must be bored as fuck. Turbo Talon Golf signing out. We'll see you later, guys.